Hello guys, Ray Bashir here with Blue Show Tactical Systems. We just got there watching the video out of Midwest, Oklahoma, and you'll notice in that video that the officer fired multiple rounds at a suspect who appeared to be just running away from the scene. Now, you may have missed it, and in full speed a lot of times people do. There was a gun that fell out that was on the ground there that the suspect had in his possession and had pointed at the officer. So in that circumstance, an officer would be totally justified in using deadly force against someone who points a weapon at him. Or in circumstances has a weapon there because the officer only has a split-second decision to use deadly force or not. And of course, who calls that situation at the time? The citizen who brought a gun to that situation. So the officer's there to obviously protect and to serve and to try to stop criminal activity. Now, we see videos sometimes and we come to an absolute conclusion that an officer was automatically wrong based on a snippet of a video that's put out by the media or from a small portion of a cell phone video that we're watching. Now, that's in full speed, and it's also difficult to tell distance when we're watching a 2D image like that. Now, body cams, sometimes that's a new big rave, which of course I think will become mandatory at one point for all police departments. And you'll notice with body cams, sometimes the image or the video that it records or what it sees is actually better in certain circumstances, like maybe dusk or at night, than what the officer can actually see. So, or we assume the officer is seeing what's on the video because it's pointed, straight ahead. And that's not always the case. The officer may be looking to the side. The officer may not be seeing exactly what's behind the suspect to the side, or the officer is focused on one thing on the suspect's body at the time. So it becomes difficult. The other thing is, again, distance. Difficult to tell distance in those videos. Plus, we watch a sporting event like the Super Bowl this year, and we see someone make a dramatic catch, what we think is a catch, and it's challenged on the field. And they go back and they review it from multiple different cameras and multiple different angles. And some of us even argue and say, well, it was a catch, it was a catch. And they end up ruling that it wasn't. And they went with the ruling that was on the field. And of course, these are expensive camera systems, and they're from multiple angles. And sometimes they don't even get it right. But somehow, we take a video from a cell phone, or a video from a body camera, or a video from an in-car camera on a police vehicle, and we come to that decision that the officer is wrong based on it. And that is unfair. Also, we look at the video, and there's times that administrations look at it, and they end up releasing the officer before the investigation is even completed. And that's unfair. We have to take a totality of the circumstance, not only review the video frame by frame, but speak to the officer, read the reports, talk to witnesses that were on scene, and put it all together. And sometimes, just like that Super Bowl video or Super Bowl catch that we talked about, we may not be able to come to an absolute conclusion. And that's just the unfortunate part of law enforcement, of dealing with situations. So next time you watch a video of an officer, don't just assume that based on a video that he's automatically right or automatically wrong. Because here's the thing: is we have to be look at the entire circumstance and examine it and see what comes about from looking at all angles of a video, speaking to everyone on scene. Now, of course, the media sometimes will get, and I'm not going to leave them out, sometimes they will get a video, right, and they show you a 30-second portion of that video. And you'll see comments on a Facebook or or any kind of social media, and they're saying, "Oh, the officer's wrong. He shot an unarmed person, or he struck him when he shouldn't." And then later on, if we were to watch the entire video, we would have seen or known every aspect of what happened from witnesses or the officer themselves. Then we would have known why they did what they did. But why does the media do that? Why do they decide that they're going to put a portion of a video there, and it's to create controversy? That's the reason why they do it. It's to create viewership. It's to get you, the citizen, to tune in, to watch, because they know next time if you watch the news, your local news tonight, you won't see them talking necessarily about good things that are happening in your community. They talk about rape, murder, people dying, police shootings. They make it seem like it's a systemic problem when it's actually not. Very few, it's less than 1% of calls that officers are going on is going to involve some type of officer physical force, and especially deadly force. So don't just believe everything they're telling you, because it's not always true. Just like right now, they talk about Ebola. It was an outbreak. Mosquitoes, that it's an outbreak as well, and that we're all going to die. The reason they do that, guys, is to get you to watch. They create panic. They create an environment to where they want you to tune in. It's just like us driving. I don't know why we do it as humans. We drive by an accident scene and we want to look. That's why Grand Theft Auto is one of the biggest selling all-time games. It's because of the violence that it has. And we as human beings tend to want to tune into that for some reason. And we need to get back to realizing that there's people out there that are not always going to tell us the truth about something. And understand that not everything we see is a fact. And not everything we hear is factual. And if you think it is, just know, even in your workplace, that how many times that you hear things that they say this is, did you hear about this? That's supposed to be true about a new company policy, and come to find out that's not even a fact. So try to be open-minded, and I guarantee you, if you sit back and you think about it first and you say, let's wait and to see every aspect of it, then you're going to be calmer, you're going to be more informed, and you're going to make a better decision. So I wish each of you the best, and if you get the chance, log on to our website at blueshieldtactical.com, take a look at our videos, and see our upcoming courses. Thanks.